Hi, I'm John from Ilium Works, and I'm going to demonstrate the installation of our engine guard system for the new BMW K1600 GT and GTL. First thing we're going to do is open up our packet with all the hardware and take the instructions out and read them. Even though I wrote the instructions, I'm going to read them. Okay, we're going to make sure we have the appropriate tools. T25 Torx drivers, got a couple versions there. T30, 5mm, 6mm, and 8mm Allen wrenches, ratchets, and torque wrenches. Okay, first thing you want to do is get the bike up on a stand and secure well-lit place so you can work comfortably. We're going to remove the lower portion of the fairing here. There are two T25 Torx screws on the bottom. And two screws in the front behind the front wheel here. Okay, now you'll notice when you pull the fairing off, there's a little locating tab on the top that goes into a rubber grommet in the fairing. You want to make sure you rotate and pull the fairing away from there. Okay, there is also a black plastic plug that goes in this hole here. You'll want to remove that. Okay. Other side of the bike is the same thing. So the first thing we're going to do is install the crossbar. You'll note it's marked with an A and a B on there. From this side of the motorcycle, you're going to feed the A end through first. And you have to thread it through there carefully. Take the 8mm bolt, 8mm Allen screw, get it started in the hole. Okay, now we're going to go around to the other side. We'll bring this up and put the screw in on this side, and we're just going finger tight, leaving it plenty of loose so there's room to wiggle there. Okay, back on the left side of the motorcycle, we're going to remove the protective plug that's in the 10mm thread on the side of the engine block. And we are going to remove this 6mm bolt with the T30 Torx that we will be using for our rear mount. And pay attention to these bolts. They're different lengths, so don't mix up one side with the other. Now we're going to take our left side guard, the one that has the B on the end. We'll remove the sticker now. And now we're going to offer up the left side engine guard slide it over the crossbar. Notice how it wants to line up with the 10mm thread there and the 6mm in the back. I'll start by putting the 6mm screw in. Just loosely, we're not gonna tighten anything up yet. 10mm bolt and washer goes in the side. Okay, everything's still loose. Now we're going to take the saddle washer and the 6mm bolt, go through the bar and through the engine guard and into the crossbar. Okay, everything's on there loose. Now we're going to go to the other side. Okay, back to the right side of the engine. We're going to remove the 6mm T30 Torx screw from this side cover of the engine here. Here we are on the right side of the bike. We're going to offer up the guard, sliding it over the crossbar. Start at the rear and put the 6mm T30 screw back in. Then the 10mm Allen screw and washer in the back and the bottom here. Okay, saddle washer and 6mm Allen screw into the front. Okay, now you have all the hardware in. We're going to go through and tighten everything up, snug it up prior to torquing it. And we'll be very methodical, start in the back and work towards the front. Just snug that. Make sure everything tightens up nicely and there's no binding. Okay, nothing hitting, nothing interfering with anything else on the side of the engine. So that's this side. We'll go to the other side. Okay, now we're going to torque all the hardware up to its appropriate specs. This is a 6mm screw, so we're going to go to either 7 foot-pounds or 10 Newton-meters. There we go. Same setting for this Allen screw in the front. Okay, we're going to readjust the torque wrench to 17 foot-pounds or 23 Newton-meters to tighten the 8mm Allen screws. Okay, that one's tight. Next is the 10mm bolt, and that's going to be 35 foot-pounds or 33 foot-pounds, 45 Newton-meters. Okay, there you have it. Everything is snugged up and torqued up tight. Repeat all the same settings on the other side of the bike and you're done with the installation of the bars. Now we're going to refit the fairing. We're going to refit the lower fairing piece This tab locates in a grommet that's right up under the edge of the fairing there. Make sure you get it centered and guide it up in there. And then we'll start and put a rear screw in the bottom. We'll get all the screws started before we tighten anything. Tighten everything up with our ratchet. That's it. Repeat the process on the other side and you are finished installing your engine guards. It's recommended that you ride the bike for about 100 miles and then check and make sure that all the nuts and bolts are still tight.